Civil society organizations reports show gross violation of human rights in Uganda as youngsters at Uganda Juniors Woodball Championship impress executives. A very good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. Welcome to News Tonight. It's me, Michael Jedan Lukumwa, and Elizabeth Nakakoni joins us for sign language interpretation in our bulletin tonight. Civil society organizations recommend a collective approach to improve the civic space and continued participation of citizens. During the launch of the Uganda's Civic Index of 2022 report, the Mission Director, United States Agency for International Development, USAID, Richard Nelson, urged government to work with civil society organizations for its to have better visibility and improve through the information it provides.
National Coalition of Human Rights Defenders in Uganda has launched and disseminated findings from a Civic Space Index Report 2022, which indicates that 86.9% of the people rank human rights and rule of law as the most violated among the civic space dimensions. This was followed by the rights to information and freedom of expression, where 77.4% of the respondents say media freedoms are not respected in practice. Also, 73.3% of respondents felt that Uganda was headed in wrong direction in protection of human rights and rule of law.
Assembly, 51% says there is no right to assembly freely. It's not easy for us to do that. And that goes to say a lot, that 43% felt that, yeah, we have those rights, we can assemble. We think we have adequate guarantees by the law and we're able to do that. Closures of NGOs in 2022 was not so nice, and it caused a lot of pain.
The report also ranks Uganda Police Force as the least untrusted institution, followed by NGO Bureau, UCC, as well as the Director of Prosecution and Magistrates Courts.
These ones interact with citizens on a daily basis. Now the challenge they face with them is what the citizens were telling us. That this, and we don't trust them because of the challenges they face. Either they ask them for bribes, either they don't respond to their calls, either they're involved with the land grabbers. So all those issues are the ones citizens are speaking out as a result of the interactions with these institutions. And that's why you see they are least trusted, because they find there less support in addressing their problems.
Although Uganda has taken numerous strides towards improving civic and human rights, these are, however, overshadowed by the worsening human abuses and suppression of civil society actors.
And what happens in a society that accepts that kind of behavior, where individual interests override the states, then what happens is that's also the same idea that can lead to human rights violations, because suddenly the interests of the individual or the interests of that institution are more important than the human rights of the people. So it's the same mindset. And so if we can't address corruption, there's no way we'll address the human rights violations either.
The report recommends government to listen to citizens, review and amend the restrictive provisions on several legal instruments as civil society organizations focus on creation of local links in the grassroots. I'm Nafka Farida and Dan Lugemwa in Kampala.
Uganda is set to establish a trade hub in Belgrade, Serbia, as part of its strategy to enhance the presence in the Balkans region. The trade hub will provide a platform for promotion and sale of Ugandan coffee, bananas, chocolate, grains and tourism, with the goal of strengthening export revenue. During a meeting with ministers and private sector representatives who will play key roles at the trade hub, Prime Minister Robin Anabanja emphasized the significance of improving export revenue and urged the delegates to capitalize on the opportunity to effectively showcase Uganda's potential.
A trade delegation from the Presidential Advisory Committee on Exports and Industrial Development, praising stakeholders from the coffee, horticulture, tourism, beef, dairy and grain sectors, is set to exhibit at the Belgrade Trade Hub.
A country that doesn't sell will collapse. So to me, it's about selling, selling, selling. And this market could be our next big opportunity for us as a country to realize big export earnings that we really do want to have.
In a meeting attended by ministers from various key sectors including trade, ICT and national guidance, tourism, works and transport, science and technology, agriculture and foreign affairs, Prime Minister Nabanja emphasized that improving the country's export revenue is a crucial aspect of this initiative.
Companies have, as you have been told, and our products will soon be available to consumers in Serbia and beyond. This is a very great stride, and I want to thank the President, whose support has enabled the public and the private sector to work together to implement the export promotion strategy.
The establishment of the trade hub in Belgrade is anticipated to hold immense potential for Uganda to strengthen its foothold, not only in Central and Southeastern Europe, but also across the 11 Balkan countries.
This will mean that they have allowed us to export a number of products in Uganda, from Uganda, and we have to add value fast here in Uganda. We process the coffee, process the tea, prepare the fruits, the flowers, and many other items which we have.
So this partnership is very, very important for us. And at Science, Technology and Innovation in Uganda, we are really looking forward to strengthening our collaboration and working together with our partners in Serbia and the gateway that it provides for us into Europe.
Rawogo, chairperson of the Presidential Advisory Committee, says he is optimistic that the trade hub will unlock new opportunities for Ugandans.
So we want to go to places where we have had a bit of entry point and where we're not avoiding competition, but where we will find a softer landing. And Serbia, Belgrade city provides that. Secondly, Serbia has a very good trade representative who is a businessman, who has spent his own resources to set up a hub and once has invited Ugandan companies to sell products in the hub. What an amazing opportunity. The government of Uganda is not spending on that gentleman to set up a hub.
The establishment of the Belgrade Trade Hub aligns with a broader plan of the Presidential Advisory Committee on Exports and Industrial Development to establish similar trade centers in selected markets, acting as comprehensive one-stop centers for accessing Uganda's diverse trade opportunities. I'm Ivan Juko and Wycliffe Mudash for UBC.
Government of Uganda has vowed to deal with perpetrators who threatened the office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, claiming to be State House officials. Minister for Justice Norbert Mao says that such people retard the works of the institution, hence affecting its service delivery. This was during a handover ceremony of over 40 vehicles to the office of the DPP in Kampala.
This is the fleet that has been handed over to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions to ease work of prosecutors in hard-to-reach areas.
Transport plays a critical role in improving access to prosecution services in many ways. So it's therefore important that all our field stations should all have means of transport.
Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs Norbert Mao flagged off vehicles at Kolo Independence Grounds.
Here is the key.
Justice Minister Norbert Mao cautioned the office of the DPP to be aware of State House imposters. He promised extensive support to the office of the DPP in dealing with wrong characters.
You are servants of the state like anybody else. At the Ministry of Justice, we used to have people who would come around visiting offices, claiming to be from State House this, State House that, and I told them, please refer them to the minister. If anybody comes to your office claiming to be from State House or from anywhere, tell them in no uncertain terms that you can always meet in court. It's my duty to assure you that while you are facing these aggressive opponents in court who want an acquittal for their clients, you must be able to count on the power of the state.
The Director of Public Prosecutions, Jane Francis Abodo, commended the government for the support towards the ODPP.
All this is
GOU funds 100%. So we want to say thank you to the government of Uganda for the support given to the office of the DPP. This just shows how much they value us.
The beneficiaries were cautioned to use their vehicles for official duties only.
Government vehicle shall not be driven outside official working hours without the authority of the responsible officer.
We undertake to ensure that the purpose for which they are bought shall be pursued and met.
Poor transport means has been a problem to the office of the DPP, which understaffing is next. The 42 vehicles handed over to the office of the DPP costed over 7 billion shillings. Rebecca Natongo, Susan Nabugudde, UBC News.
In February 2022, Uganda People's Defense Forces, together with their counterpart, the Congolese FADC Army, launched the second axis to fight the Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, along Kasindi-Beni Road with the aim of creating a conducive bilateral trade between the two countries. The joint military operation has caused vulnerability of the dispersed ADF personnel who may then not be able to successfully elude capture unless they surrender. Despite the guerrilla warfare tactics they are applying in the backyard of the UPDF already controlled area to cause mayhem. Haruna Mtesasira has a wide look at this.
ADF has for several years operated in North Kivu, which borders other provinces including Ituri to the north and South Kivu to the south, and has been a battleground for a number of rival armed ethnic groups since 1996. Mountain Division 111 Brigade under Colonel Kasule James began the war against ADF in the enemy-controlled areas of Nobile, Kamango, Watalinga in North Kivu province. At least 4 ADF camps were overrun, among them Medina 1, Medina 2 in North Kivu, Katanda and Machine in Ituri. It was a risk adventure the UPDF undertook to attack the ADF major camp when it applied artillery bombardment and air force power on 30th November 2021. Medina 1, Medina 2 in North Kivu, Katanda in Ituri province. This is where the ADF rebels took cover during the joint airstrikes and artillery bombardments in 2021.
Intelligence is very important in the operations. So we are no longer getting problems with getting human intelligence because of civilians going back to their areas and being on our side. Because the villages were empty, there was no anybody telling us about these people. But the big gun was taking people back to their areas and winning their heart on our side.
The ground forces advanced after the bush clearing and opening up of roads. Later the forces advanced in the areas of Lubero, Masisi, Lushuru, among others. The 111 Brigade commander, Colonel James Kasule, was behind the successful battles in Kambia Yuwa, Mukakati and Kamango.
Slightly, when they reduced, it took us time to discover it, but once we discovered and we start changing our tactics, and these are the results you see.
Colonel Kasule has consolidated the results of Operation Suja through vigilance, action and movement of troops in ADF spot areas. The area stretches from Kasindi, Beni, Butembo, Bulongo to Semriki, Mukakati, Kamango up to Nobile, Busunga border. Since the war against ADF began, the joint forces embarked on civil military engagements with Congolese communities, informing them about the objectives of Operation Suja and UPDF presence in Eastern DR Congo. However, the recent attack of Rubiria Senior Secondary School by the suspected ADF rebels has not demotivated the UPDF troops in Congo, but has motivated them to strengthen the pursuit towards rescuing the abducted students, if possible. Haruna Mtesasira, reporting for UBC News in Eastern Congo.
The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has tasked the Ministry of Defence and that of Internal Affairs to present a statement on the tragic incident that hit KCCA last weekend. Speaker, who condoled with the bereaved families, also called for thorough investigations into the incident that left over 30 people dead.
That was a very tragic occurrence. It opens up the scars of the previous tragedies that have happened.
On Friday night, 16th last week, a suspected ADF group attacked Lubiriha Secondary School in Mpondwe, KCCA district, killing at least 37 students and other 5 people within the community. The suspected ADF group also abducted some students. On resumption of Parliament this afternoon, Speaker of Parliament Anita Among regretted the incident.
We want sincerely to condole with the families, the bereaved families, and management of the school, the people of KCCA, all the people of Uganda, and what condemn this loss in the strongest terms.
She called for a joint statement between the Minister of Education and Minister of Defence on the tragic incident.
Should be investigated and the perpetrators should be brought to book.
Although the Speaker requested the Prime Minister to present a brief statement on the tragedy, the Prime Minister delegated the Minister for Higher Education to present the statement since he had visited the scene of crime.
I want to call upon the Minister of State for Higher Education, who was at site, to come and give us a statement on what his findings are and what government is planning to do. And also the Minister of Internal Affairs was also there. I'm happy the Prime Minister also is in the house.
Government is going to present a report or a statement through the Minister of Education. This is what the school.
Chira Municipality Member of Parliament Ibrahim Semuju opposed it on grounds that the issue was totally under the security docket and needed a response in the security perspective.
But issues of security and defense are very serious matters. This matter, we need the minister responsible for defense. We passed money here and gave it to defense to defend Uganda's borders.
The Speaker supported the proposal. Speaker Anita Among later tasked the Minister of Defence to present a statement on the tragic incident Wednesday this week.
We will not discuss anything. Let's get a report from defense. Okay? Yeah, let's not gamble.
Lubiriha Secondary School incident is similar to other tragedies witnessed in the past, among which included the June 1998 Kichwamba Technical Institute massacre, where 80 students were set ablaze and 100 abducted by the ADF rebels. The others included the 1996 Aboke girls abduction in Oyam district and the 1991 abduction of students of Sacred Heart in Gulu district. Susan Naung and Gloria Gwitabinji reporting for ABC TV.
Well-wishers have prayed for President Museveni to recover from COVID-19 and start official duties. This follows the president's announcement via his Twitter account of recovery from COVID-19. Border riders under their umbrella, Winners Border Network for Development in MK project, have pinned a congratulatory banner at the entrance of the State House, Nakasero.
Okutambula kwa leero olunaku lwa leero tusitusenga tugenze tusabire President Museveni nga tumusabira ate twebaza Katonda okumutugira mu bulwadde bwa COVID.
Tuva kusabira President okwebaza Katonda okumuzza obujja n'amuwonya obulwadde n'okumubudaabuda. Era tuvuddeyo bulungi ng'esala yaffe ewuliziddwa Katonda agiwuliriza.
73 enforcement officers from the Kampala Capital City Authority are attending a 2-week training at the National Leadership Training Institute in Chankwanzi on how to handle society as they execute their responsibilities. The Executive Director, KCCA, Dorothy Kisaka, representative of the KCCA, Frank Rusa, and the Director of Legal Affairs in KCCA flagged off the session.
On many occasions, Kampala Capital City Authority enforcement officers have always been caught off guard while handling society. It is what prompted KCCA management to propose training at the National Leadership Training Institute, Chankwanzi, on handling society and perhaps mindset change. At the opening of the training, the Director Legal Affairs, KCCA, Frank Rosa, represented KCCA Executive Director Dorothy Kisaka. She said the training will add value to the officers in executing their mandates.
So they're going to be here for about 12 days. This is the first team. There will be another team coming for also another 12 days. And we are hoping that by the time they leave this place, they'll have become better officers in terms of discipline, in terms of knowing the importance of ideological strengthening in socioeconomic transformation, and understanding why they need to have the people, the citizens of Uganda, central. Because you see, KCCA is there to deliver quality services to the citizens.
He, however, says that KCCA is investing heavily in technology and innovation to fight corruption.
There have been complaints about our staff, and sometimes our staff tell us about how they are treated or mistreated by the public. We are coming up with an innovation which is going to be across several departments of government, of having body-worn cameras. So when somebody has a camera on their body, we have a constant view of what is happening. So it is easy to collect evidence against those who are breaking the law, but it's also easy to monitor the conduct of our officers.
The Director, National Leadership Training Institute, Chankwanzi Brigadier General Chisembo Charles, calls upon all organizations to embrace such trainings.
And how much there is for us to achieve, to reflect. But that does not mean that now this is the national resistance and whoever comes here must be ideologized, converted into NRM, must be told to love Museveni, must be... No. Every Ugandan is free to come to the National Leadership Institute, and it is provided for in the National Constitution.
Justin Nakami, UBC News.
Have started conducting DNA tests from parents whose children were not seen during the attack of the suspected ADF rebels at Mpondwe Lubiriha Secondary School, where 42 children were killed and others abducted. According to the District Police Commander for Bwera Division, SP Tai Ramadan, the exercise is aimed at identifying parents of the 17 boys who were burnt beyond recognition.
We are not claimed, the 20 were claimed, the ones which are easily identifiable. Those ones who got banned, unfortunately, beyond recognition, we are using scientific method of using the DNA. And in that, we have got samples from both the bodies, and we are getting samples from the relatives of the missing students, such that we can identify the body to the family, to the right family, such that the bodies can be taken for decent burial.
Requesting the government to speed up these results, because the reason why I'm saying so, people are coming at our homes every day, so we are using a lot of money. So I'm requesting the government to take time to help us, because these days we are just bad off in terms of money.
So for as a parent, mine is not yet found. So I'm still waiting. I'm there in the space whether the rebels have taken her or We don't know whether they have killed her in the way. I am still looking for my child. She's called dead, Trafe in Kabuo. I'm begging the government to assist us in any way that they can afford. So I'm tracing to look anywhere, or we are waiting the government to tell us the procedures.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Bang Jerry con with muscle. Those ones who say go for you only. Mundava. Best movies I teach you. When I'm going to move to because of the camera is very far. Is you serious? Is serious you? What can I what? Eh? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs, and you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru, and Umaru refuse to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, Jerry card.
Okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema.
The land take for development of Tilenga, Kingfisher and East Africa crude oil pipeline projects in Uganda is approximately 6,900 acres, with close to 10,000 project-affected persons. The compensation process involves an inclusive and participatory resettlement action plan study that provides for cash payment, physical resettlement and livelihood improvement packages for the affected persons. 90% of all the project-affected persons have been fully compensated. 200 replacement houses have been constructed and handed over. Communities are also engaged in vocational skills, agriculture, financial literacy programs, employment, and contracting opportunities to improve their livelihoods and grow community content. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Dear Airtel customer, we know that there are days when unexpected stays in hospital stand in the way of your family's welfare. That is why Hospital Center is here to give you up to 100,000 shillings every night you spend in hospital. Hospital Center also offers up to 4 million in funeral benefit. Dial *185*7*6# to purchase Hospital Center on Airtel Money for as little as 1,000, 3,000 or 5,000 shillings a month. Your cover for the first 1 month is free. Hospital Center is underwritten by Prudential and powered by Turaco. Prudential and Turaco are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. Airtel Money is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Mbara and Jinja.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mood Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
The Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, with support from the World Bank, will tomorrow, 21st June 2023, hold a national rollout and sensitization engagement on the Generating Growth Opportunities and Productivity for Women Enterprises GROW project. The GROW project, which aims at increasing access to entrepreneurial services that enable female entrepreneurs to grow their enterprises, will be implemented in collaboration with the private sector foundation in Uganda. The project will start with 40 districts in the first year of implementation and then roll out to all other districts and cities in the country. The national rollout and sensitization event will be held at Kororo Ceremonial Grounds. All ministers and members of parliament are invited to attend. The ministry also invites the public to follow these important proceedings that will be broadcast live on UBC and NBS from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. His reason is to be the GOAT. The reason to imagine is to take the beat and make it lit. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
It's news tonight. Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. The Oyam District Electoral Commission, headed by Richard Onobo, today concluded the nomination of candidates for the Oyam North County seat. 3 candidates were expected to register and did not appear, and the Commissioner of Elections announced that 4 candidates were confirmed, and those are Samuel Okelo Engola holding the NRM flag along with officials from the NRM Secretariat toured various areas to introduce the candidate to the voters, who was later joined by the party's Eastern Province Chairman Captain Mike Mukula. NRM Secretary General Rosemary Nasu Gaseninde and Media Officer Emmanuel Dombo urged Oyam members to trust their child. They held a rally in Chebez Town Council.
Opportunity to thank the people of Oyam for receiving us quite well. As we speak, we have actually had a procession to show the people that we have been able to nominate our candidate. And of course, on Thursday is when we are starting the official campaigns, and it's when we are going to launch our campaign officially. So what we are doing now is to actually show our candidate to the people and to confirm to them that our candidate has successfully nominated, and we are calling for them to really go and rally behind the candidate. Of course, I'm sure on Thursday 22nd, when we are launching this campaign, which we shall be taking parish by parish, throughout the 13 days, we shall be meeting people at their parish level. And I hope all will go well. We wish our candidate success.
Okulonda kwatandikira ddala ku bantu kubanga amaanyi ga NRM gava wansi gyoboolaba nti kati mu nkola entuufu n'enkola ennuŋŋamu gye bataddeko National Distance Movement District Conference bateekamu nga Secretary General waali basalawo ne balonda mutabani w'omugenzi kwegamba baagala amalirize enkola taatewo gye yatandika okugoberera amasomero ge basuubiza obujjanjabi.
Power yaffe nga district oweewaawo oyinza okuba nga temala kuuma bululu bwonna, naye tusaba bakama baffe ne batwongerako kusinziira kapasite y'abantu gye tugenda okubeera nabo, batwongerako manpower era batuwa munange. So nsuubira nti obukuumi bujja kubaawo bumala era tewabaawo okutya kona.
Tukubiriza Bannayuganda okuuma emirembe, okukola ebyobufuzi ebyobuvunaanyizibwa nga tebuvangana, naye ekisingira ddala abalonzi b'Oyamu tusaba batuwe obuyambi, batuwe obuwagizi, batuwe sapooti, bajje balaga obuganzi bw'ekibiina ky'NRM eri Bannayuganda bonna.
The National Social Security Fund has unveiled the available business opportunities for the next financial year 2023-24, where local firms could compete. These include opportunities in the real estate, insurance services, advertising and promotions, IT systems, consultancies and office equipment.
The National Social Security Fund is appealing to local firms to adapt to global trends in order to earn long-term business partnerships. These global trends include digital transformation, artificial intelligence, risk mitigation, and supply chain resilience, as well as sustainability trends. This was at the NSSF 2023 Suppliers Forum held in Kampala.
This is what we've done. If you come to NSSF, you will not see paper. You will not see these papers, right? We've digitized every little thing, and 95% of our processes are paperless. Deployment of robotic process in terms of automation of electronic payments, the online chatbots and mobile service. We can even respond to you when we are sleeping. There is a chatbot that can respond to you in terms of, especially in terms of our customer service. Self-service portals, we are no longer having queues in the banks for people who are paying. You can see it online, you can see your balances online.
In the next financial year, the fund is expecting to spend 1.7 trillion shillings for real estate projects, 36 billion shillings in IT systems and computer equipment, and 12 billion shillings for profession and consultancy, among others.
Get partners, look at your entire value chain and figure out who supplies what, where are they, how do I make that supplier so excited that they give me priority when I am doing this. I know we have our own issues with NSSF. Sometimes we take long to pay you. We pay. We just take long to pay because we have got procedures.
The forum is a platform for the fund, current and prospective suppliers, procurement professionals, and the business community to get the latest business opportunities as well as best practices in procurement and supply chain management. Meanwhile, the NSSF has raised concern about its investments in Kenya due to the worrying economic situation that has led to the significant depreciation of the Kenyan shilling over other foreign currencies.
Right now, one of the things we are facing the worst is, you won't even believe it, the Kenya shilling has collapsed. And because we invest in Kenya, it is impacting our books. And by the way, you can't do anything about it. In fact, we pray the Kenya shilling recovers.
Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
Let's take another short break. News Tonight is still here.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Ensangi zino amaka gaffe tegakyali kifo gye tusula busozi. Waafuuka ekifo we tukolera enkiiko z'emirimu, we tusomera, we twenywereza mu byokwerinda, era we tusanyukira. Ebintu bino byonna okutambula obulungi weetaaga intaneti eyeesigika. Weefunire router ya MTN Wakanet esobola okuyungako ebyuma 32 ofune bando ya GB 4 ez'obwereere ku mitwalo 14,900 zokka. Obagula MTN Wakanet MiFi ku mitwalo 7.5 zokka ofune bando ya GB 15 ey'obwereere onyumirwa omutimbagano gwa internet. Genda ku maduuka ga MTN ogule MTN Wakanet MiFi oba router onyumirwa internet ekola ebyewuunyisa.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
Juko. Yo. What you check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a sacco, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM,
my parish, my development, my life.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is the future of Uganda. And as a policy maker, the policies I enact today will protect her from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
The Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, with support from the World Bank, will tomorrow, 21st June 2023, hold a national rollout and sensitization engagement on the Generating Growth Opportunities and Productivity for Women Enterprises GROW project. The GROW project, which aims at increasing access to entrepreneurial services that enable female entrepreneurs to grow their enterprises, will be implemented in collaboration with the Private Sector Foundation Uganda. The project will start with 40 districts in the first year of implementation and then roll out to all other districts and cities in the country. The national rollout and sensitization event will be held at Kororo Ceremonial Grounds. All ministers and members of parliament are invited to attend. The ministry also invites the public to follow these important proceedings that will be broadcast live on UBC and NBS from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
So when you pay your taxes, you are investing in the future of Uganda.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda.
Chebagala ogamba nti sente yura eze tukunganyamu zezimala okukola ebintu bino byonna enguudo amasomero ebye n'ebintu ebirala. Muzei aba basajja basoza sente nyingi nnyo olaba nti boda boda banzako miliyoni aga
miliyoni ana
zo wa boda
Oza atundwa kutunza emmere wa restaurant.
Nyabo sigo wa restaurant muchere nyama bisi bwa miliyoni nkaga echi wali katatanza alina kawushibe na kabala mzee kaza yake gofude mufi chichi
lekana lekera okulimba URA era omusolo gwe bayita presumptive tax oba guyita omusolo ogwafa oba business obutono obuyingiza okuva ku miliyoni 10 paka ku 15 obutasukkawo omwaka
kakati olonze banategera batinyingiza yange
ati oba olina okukuuma ebitabo byonna byonna ebikwata ku bizinensi yo ate ekyangu kwe kugenda gwe kennyini n'obensooka n'obatwalira ebitabo bino ku ofiisi yaabwe eza URA ezikuli okumpi awo ne babeera nga bagerekera omusolo omutuufu
ekitegeeza bali olina kwetega beetege
kyekyo bwe beetege bweteze osirike
ekitegeeza zonyannyimba bulimbi
era bwe ate baakulimba nnyo kubanga ate mu ababoda mulina sasula emitwalo ejja omwaka
mitwalo ebiri
alewulira gwesebu obwedde oyogera ebigambo nga babikunyumiza bunyumiza n'otulimba abantu abakulu
anyumiriza
URA ekujjukiza okusasula omusolo gwo ogwa presumptive tax guno gwe musolo ogusasulwa abo abaddukanya bizinesi entono era gusinziira ku nnyingiza ya bizinesi yo nga gusasulwa omulundi gumu buli mwaka gw'ebyensimbi. Genda mu ssimu yo onyige kamunyenye 285 kadaala oba sasula ng'okozesa mobile money oba mu bank oba kozesa ba mobile agents. Uganda Revenue Authority, tukulaakulanyize wamu Uganda.
Business news tonight. The Uganda Cooperatives Alliance and the Agri-Terra jointly hosted a national consultative meeting on policy considerations for savings and credit cooperative organizations, SACCOs, in Uganda today. The gathering was geared at addressing pressing issues of conflicting laws and taxation challenges faced by SACCOs operating in the country.
One of the primary concerns discussed during the meeting was the overlapping regulatory oversight by three entities: the Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority, the Ministry of Trade, and the Bank of Uganda. This issue has caused confusion and hindered the effective regulation of SACCOs.
Come up with a single regulation, because all of that has got a cost implication. Every regulator would want to charge a cost in order for them to survive. So all of these are costs. Number two, there is a lot of bureaucracy. You can imagine you are required by this regulator, you must submit returns. You must do this, you must do this. The other regulator wants something different.
Additionally, participants deliberated on the matter of taxation, particularly the 10-year tax holiday granted to SACCOs, which began in 2017 and is set to expire in 2027.
The exemption was actually applicable to all the SACCOs in Uganda. Whatever SACCO that were registered by that time actually qualified. Okay? The first exemption was given to the SACCOs up to around, I think, 2015. 2015 there were tax areas. So the government initially gave us an exemption to waive all the tax areas that were due by 31st December of that year. So by then we went ahead to lobby government to grant us an additional kind of incentive.
The question of whether SACCOs are prepared to fulfill their tax obligation once the holiday period ends was a focal point of the discussions.
What they will decide today, I've called upon the General Secretary. Let them come to my office tomorrow, because we have talked for a long time. Let us look at the law and the way they have handled it. We discuss it and we send our proposals to the Attorney General.
The need for clear guidelines on taxation was emphasized, especially in light of the past incidents such as the closure of Kepson SACCO's bank accounts in July 2015 due to a liability of 172 million shillings. The Bank of Uganda reported a significant growth in SACCOs, with deposits reaching 986 billion shillings as of May 2023. This demonstrates the importance and impact of SACCOs in Uganda's financial landscape. Wadulo Makanold, UBC News in Kampala.
Countries in the East and the Horn of Africa are urged to harmonize employment skills to facilitate labor mobility. The International Labour Organization, through its Better Regional Migration Management Program, advocates for interregional skills partnerships to address unemployment. The organization has organized a 3-day workshop in Kampala for stakeholders.
The tripartite engagement, facilitated by the International Labour Organization, formulates skills partnerships for labour migration in the East and the Horn of Africa region. They bring together stakeholders and promote regular labour mobility.
Enhancing regional skills partnerships to facilitate skilled labour migration and mobility within the East and Horn of Africa, which is still lacking in the majority of the migrant workers.
Partnership for skills development is often omitted when countries dialogue on migration governance. When we look at most of the BLAs from our region, from the Eastern Horn of Africa, we have seen that there's no provisions for collaboration in developing the skills of workers
ILO's Beta Regional Migration Management Program harmonizes employable skills and standards in the region.
Constant future of globalization, and is a cause as well because of our increasing interconnectedness. Today, the bulk of migration is for labor purposes, for labor migration, meaning more people are moving in search of employment opportunity, and as Lawrence was saying earlier, for better life, at least hoping for a better life.
Acknowledging and utilizing migrant skills ensures effective integration, fosters standardization of occupational profiles.
Governments in this region need to focus seriously on creating necessary jobs for the people that are being skilled in. Is the issue of partnerships between the employers and the workers, understanding what do we need, how can we make training better, but also to have a more flexible.
The Beta Regional Migration Management Program is backrolled by the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office to fulfill regional commitments by member countries.
The Uganda Woodball Federation top executive members have been impressed by performance of youngsters at the 13th Institute of Certified Public Accountants Uganda Juniors Woodball Championship. This annual event was for the 2023 edition, hosted by Amazima School in Jeru Buyikwe district.
Quality displays from the over 200 players that turned up for the 13th Institute of Certified Public Accountants Uganda Juniors Woodball Federation Championship at Mazima School in Buyikwe district have impressed many.
We took note of the fact that the Federation is currently giving out sponsorships to students. As ICPA, it feels very nice to know that we are giving to somebody who also is willing to support the community.
The championship, at which more than 20 schools sent participants, was contested on the stroke format with competition in junior and youth categories.
We are honored as the leadership of the woodball sport in this country to see that the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda Woodball Junior Championship is growing each year. This year you can witness very overwhelming numbers, and this is a sign that the sport is becoming popular and also it is loved by younger people. We are very grateful to our host, Mr. Head Teacher. Thank you very much. I'm sure the athletes are very proud to be here. The issue of participation in sport is one thing, but also enjoyment of the players is another.
In the junior boys category, St. Mary's Kitoro Primary School triumphed with Ahmadiyya Muslim Primary School in second and Chazanga Modern third.
This has been an exciting day. We have almost 40 teams here at the Amazima School participating in woodball. And it is exciting for me because I have never seen woodball before.
The stroke girls youth team title was won by Impoma School, followed by Mengo SS and Our Lady of Africa Senior Secondary School Namiriango.
Woodball is a very nice game. The benefits I've gotten to move to different places I have never moved to.
The stroke girls junior team event ended with Bukalabi Church of Uganda Primary School in first, Motherwell Junior School in second, and Wuzika Church of Uganda Primary School in third. Some of the players that displayed immaculate skills include Precious Namubiru, Dari Amanyire, and Jeremiah Tumuhimbise.
And that brings us to the end of this particular edition. Let's catch you at 10 p.m. with another arrangement. My name is Michael Jidandukomwa with Elizabeth and the whole team. Let's get you then.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, with support from the World Bank, will tomorrow, 21st June 2023, hold a national rollout and sensitization engagement on the Generating Growth Opportunities and Productivity for Women Enterprises GROW project. The GROW project, which aims at increasing access to entrepreneurial services that enable female entrepreneurs to grow their enterprises, will be implemented in collaboration with the Private Sector Foundation Uganda. The project will start with 40 districts in the first year of implementation and then roll out to all other districts and cities in the country. The national rollout and sensitization event will be held at Kororo Ceremonial Grounds. All ministers and members of parliament are invited to attend. The ministry also invites the public to follow these important proceedings that will be broadcast live on UBC and NBS from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
ngenda kuboleka ekintu ekyokucekinga ekyokumanya nyine sente zinga hasimu esimu mbanza muheye esimu zanyu ezi buli muntu iheye esimu hati ekikumuno kira hakumanya nyine sente zinga hasimu wawe obu kuba hati nwenda kumanya omuhendo tinyine sente zinga norora kanwa akantu akasita nosokanyiga akasita nonyiga emu osokubara zinwe nyuguta za hansi oti emu 2 3 4 5 6 oyongera onyige mukaga